Okay. Our mission. Helping Parents Heal is a nonprofit organization dedicated to assisting bereaved parents to become shining light parents by providing support and resources to aid in the healing process. We go a step beyond other groups by allowing the open discussion of spiritual experiences and evidence for the afterlife in a non dogmatic way. Affiliate groups welcome everyone, regardless of religious or non religious background. Attendance today at this meeting is voluntary, and we are here for the benefit of learning from and sharing with other parents whose child has passed away. It is understood that our discussions are intended to be confidential and not designed to replace traditional therapy or spiritual counseling. However, these Zoom meetings are helpful to parents all around the world, and they are posted on YouTube so that affiliate members who are not able to attend this meeting live can also watch. Helping Parents Heal offers a wide variety of speakers to allow parents to be informed about many possible ways to heal, to connect with their children, and to learn about the afterlife. The views expressed by our guests do not necessarily reflect those of Helping Parents Heal, and we ask that you take from their presentations whatever may benefit you personally. Welcome, everyone.
Thank you so much. And so I'll go ahead and introduce Amy, and then we'll get started. And it looks like there are still a lot of people coming in. It's wonderful because I was just telling Irene that I think that people are now understanding how to get into the meetings, which was a little complicated in the beginning. Everyone knows about Zoom now. So let's go ahead. Amy Utsman is an accomplished medium, psychic, and teacher. When you have a reading with her, you can expect grace, humor, and down-to-earth style. Her readings are highly accurate, detailed, and empowering. She communicates with the other side in an organized way so that she can bring through multiple spirits and complex messages in each session. Amy has multiple certifications and has been a professional full-time psychic medium since 2009 and has done thousands of readings. She also teaches all levels of mediumship, from people who simply want to connect with their own loved ones to experienced practicing professionals. Amy is deeply spiritual, but also very grounded in the realities of being a physical being in a physical world. As she says, sometimes a flickering light bulb is just that, one that needs to be changed. Not everything is a sign. As a teacher, Amy's approach is the whole medium, developing the technical skills of the craft, along with personal development for psychological and emotional balance. Amy's readings include individual, phone, video, and groups, online, private, and public. She's based in the US and reads for clients all over the world. You can learn more at www.amyutsman.com. And she has a code for Helping Parents Heal. If you guys are interested, I will definitely type it into the chat box. But before we do that, I'll go ahead and welcome Amy, as well as Nancy Scheel, who's her assistant. She'll be assisting her this evening in the different exercises she's going to do with her. So please join me in welcoming both of them. And thanks so much for being here.
Hi, everybody. I don't know who wrote that bio. I am blushing. I know. Thank you all so much for having us tonight. It's probably a little bit unusual to have two of us, but we're just going to do a little brief example and teaching, and then I'm going to do as many readings as possible. So it's an honor for me to be here, and Nancy as well. So of course, I'm Amy Utsman. Nancy Scheel is my spouse and the one that makes me look good in everything that we do. And Nancy is, I'm a medium, but Nancy is also an executive, personal, and intuitive coach. And so we do work together in some teachings. And so that's why we thought we would do something together a little bit tonight. And yeah, I think that's really about it. I don't know if Nancy wants to add anything. We don't like to talk much about
No, let's go. Let's get to the good stuff.
So here's the things that we thought we would do tonight is we're going to do a little bit of a role play, 3 topics of a role play. So this is where Nancy comes in. And I know that you all are probably very well versed in mediumship. And I know that Helping Parents Heal advises in the best way to be a sitter. You know, it's yes, no, or I don't know, which is perfect. However, sometimes, no matter how many times we tell people that, you're still going to get some people that want to say yes to everything, or not, you know, test the medium to the point of it's almost impossible. And also storytellers, like I like to say, and I know some of you out there are storytellers. So we thought we would just do a very brief, light role play on the same subject in each one, same example on each one. So that's why Nancy is here. And then after that, Nancy will make herself quiet or something. And then I'm going to start with the reading. I'm going to do the very first reading I do. I'm going to break it down. I call this breaking down the mechanics of mediumship. So you kind of get to see how somebody is communicating from the other side and how the medium experiences it. And I've done this several times, and people really like it and seem to, it helps, you know, understand how it works and what it's about. And then I will make sure that person does get a complete read. Okay, so if you're the one who the example is for, you're still going to get a reading from it. I will wrap it up nicely for you, and then we'll just shift into readings from there, and hope to do as many as we possibly can this evening. So that's the plan. Elizabeth, did you want to put the code in, or you'll do that later?
I put it in on the chat box so people have it, and your website as well. So that's
okay.
Things.
So that code, I made it very bland, as plain as it can be. It's 20% off any 60-minute reading or 90-minute for 2 people. That way I don't know who comes from Helping Parents Heal, because I'd rather not be predisposed to where people are coming from. So that's why that code is there. All right, so we're going to do these role plays. You ready, Nance?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
So yes, I am. I think so. So the scenario is this. It's we're gonna, like I said, we're going to do the same scenario in each one. So the scenario, obviously, when we sign up for a reading, there's always somebody we wish to hear from, and of course, with this group, it's always going to be, you know, one of your children, right? However, as we know in mediumship, we have to allow the process of how people decide to connect in what order from the other side, and a medium doesn't have control over that. So in this scenario, the sitter wants to hear from their son, but the father starts first. So
Ames, it was husband. Yeah. We were going to do husband.
Oh, husband.
Yeah.
Sorry. They want to hear from the husband, but the father comes first. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be the medium. Nancy's going to be the sitter. All right. And here we go. So I have a gentleman wanting to connect at this time.
Ames, hold on.
What?
Sorry, we need to tell them what we're doing in what order.
Oh, okay. This is the person that says yes to everything.
Okay.
Okay. They're very excited. And Nancy's the sitter. Yeah. You see, she makes me look good. I'm much better flowing in readings. So, okay. So this is the sitter that doesn't want to make a medium feel bad by saying no. And it's really important that you do say no, or I don't know, or it doesn't fit, because the medium needs to know this as well. That way we can get clarification on the other side. Okay. So are we ready now?
We're ready.
Okay. All right. I have a gentleman wanting to connect right now, and he lets me know that he was married at the time of transition.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Wonderful. I would like to continue though. Let me tell you a little bit more, please. Okay.
Okay.
He lets me know that he was married at time of transition. He is on the father's side. He is letting me know that he has 3 children, and I know that he's got 2 boys and a girl. Is this making sense to you? Okay, I can tell.
Yes, yes, no, yes, yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but are you sure? You seem a little bit
Oh,
hesitant.
yes, 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 yes. No, yes, no.
Okay, well, I don't
Yes,
want you to
yes.
make it fit if it's not fitting, though.
It it didn't quite fit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's the end of our first role play.
We, we don't want you to say yes to everything, right? It's really important because we're, that takes away from your loved ones on the other side as well. All right. Okay. I think you get it though. Second scenario is the person who really, really loves to test a medium. And these scenarios that we're doing here, yours truly has been through all of them, as I'm sure every medium that has been here has been through all of them. So this is a person who withholds everything. So, okay. Now, I have a gentleman here that would like to connect with us today. He does let me know that he is a father, that he was married at the time of transition. And I know that he had 3 children. There's 2 girls and a boy. Is this making sense to you so far?
Continue.
Okay. And I do know that he's drawn me to the chest, and I know that he had he passed of a condition related to the heart. Are you understanding this?
Go on.
Okay. And I also do know that there's another male here on the other side. And I believe this is the gentleman that you would like to hear from, because he does come in right next to you with a lot of love. Do you understand this?
Continue. Okay. I think you get the idea.
We're going to call timeout. Now, you can see on one hand, it establishes a great deal of trust with what the people on the other side are telling you. And I would never laugh at an individual, mind you, but it's only because it's Nancy. That,
my Oscar acting.
The Oscar, yeah, it's the Academy Award acting. So you could see, perhaps you could understand why it's good to be a little bit skeptical, but not to the point of not being a part of the reading. You're a part of the reading as much as your loved ones are and the medium. So being too far in the skeptical region, it doesn't allow for the medium to go in and check with the person on the other side for clarification. All right, does that make sense? Okay, and the last one. This is the one that I call the storyteller, right? And this is the person who just loves to share everything. So we're just going to go ahead and demo this one for you. All right. I have a gentleman here wishing to connect. I am going to the father's side of the family with him.
Oh, my father passed last year. It was. He had 3 surgeries, but yes, we were all there. It was a beautiful passing.
Wonderful. I'm going to ask you to pause and hold on to that for a moment. Okay. Let us do the work for you.
Okay.
Please. Okay. And I do know that he has 3 children, making you therefore one of 3. And
yes, my brother wanted to be here today, but I told him he couldn't come.
Okay. Thank you. But I'm going to ask you to pause, please. You can share all the stories you would like with me at the end, but please, I don't want this. I'd rather hear from what they have to say at the moment. Now, okay. I know, of course, this man was married at the time of transition. Okay. So while I do love to hear everybody's stories, we do want to share what obviously our loved ones, their life is about, how much we miss them. At the same time, what's happening between me and the person on the other side is it kind of disrupts the link a little bit, that, and you may be sharing something that already that the person wants to say, therefore taking away some of those facts or validations. So, but yes, it's you saw me having to pause somebody there, and that's normally how I would do it. So. Thanks for bearing with us. I don't know if you like that or not, but we thought it was important to add in the way of yes, no, or I don't know, because ideally, regardless of the medium, I would love everybody to have a good experience when they go for a reading. So that's my goal. Yes.
I would add something quickly because I've seen a couple comments where people are laughing that maybe they've been that person. And I do want to emphasize that we know, regardless of my overacting, we know that everybody's, even if you are one, have been that person, that it's coming from a good place.
Absolutely.
You know, it's a desire to be a part of it, and you're excited, and so it's not in any way, you know, a criticism or anything like that. We know it's really well intentioned. We get that.
Very much so. I don't have comments up, so I can't see what's going on here. But Nancy's right, and we just want everyone to get the best or the most out of a connection with somebody on the other side. That's the whole goal. That's part of being in service to your loved ones and for you. So she's right. It's not meant to. I hope we didn't upset anybody by that. That's not the goal.
No, I can just read through some of the comments. Just they're very kind. Rosie saying, I must have been at each one of these at one time or another. Amy saying, now I know which one I am, LOL. Kelly saying, very helpful. Priscilla saying, same. Joe is saying, oh my gosh, this is so interesting and helpful. Thank you. It is hard to know how to be a medium with a medium for a reading. Thank you. Andrea is saying helpful. Susan saying great job. Let's see, Rosie saying that it's very interesting. Sandra saying thankful, helpful, and everyone saying I loved it, very helpful. So anyway, great. I think that everyone loved it. No one took it personally. People have taken
That's never the goal.
I'll let you go.
So right. I'm gonna go off video and mute then, and leave you, Amy, and I'll be listening though. Thanks.
I do see a little comment. I was the talker. But that's okay. It's you're just excited. All right. Now, how this one is going to work, I talked about that I want to break down a reading or show like a mechanics, how it kind of works, at least for me. I mean, all mediums work very, differently. However, there's some overlap. So I am going to make a connection. Once we know that the connection is for you, I'm going to slow the process down. And that way I will break down every, is it clairsentience? Is it clairaudience? Is it clairvoyance? Is it claircognizance? How your loved one is giving that information. Okay, so I do feel like my heart is racing, and I have a gentleman here. So I do want to get started with this. And Elizabeth, you're going to help me so we know who it is, right? Okay.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yep, we both
if I don't get started, this young man is gonna vibrate us out of here. So I do have a young man wanting to connect. I can see him in very worn blue jeans. I would say he is presenting himself to be around between 18 and 22, around that time frame. He doesn't really keep his hair very neat, and he does love to change t-shirts. He's very casual. I do know that he's also a very introspective young man. He did struggle with substance while he was here, and very intelligent, but very withdrawn. And I know that he's with a grandmother on the other side. The grandmother is on the mother's side of the family. I don't feel like I've given a lot of detail, but is this making sense to anybody so far? We've got a few, right? Couple hands.
We have
I want to say between that 18 to 22-year-old age, around there.
Okay, so we do have people. Let's see.
I also know he was partway through college. We didn't get all the way through college with him.
Okay, partway through college.
Yep,
so can anyone take all of this? I see people saying a little bit older than the time frame. Let's see.
I saw somebody with an A name say it fits.
Okay. Let's see. Anna is saying yes, and Amy.
Can Anna take everything?
Anna, can you take the part about college? And can you also?
College is a big thing.
Let's see.
And he always has like he drew or sketched, because I can see like a notebook always with him kind of thing, but it's always like folded up, rolled up.
Kimberly Bolin is saying that everything fits.
Who is
for
this?
her son. Kimberly Bolin.
Can we put
And
her?
Andrea is too. Okay. So we
All
have
of it
two.
fits.
Andrea is saying all of it fits as well. So should we go ahead and find Kimberly, or do you want to maybe say something more so that we can distinguish between the two of them? They might be piggybacking.
You would still have a pair of his tennis shoes, which are also very worn, is what he's saying.
Okay.
They look like almost like Converse type tennis shoes, if I can say it that way.
It also fits for Amy. So we have Amy as well as Andrea.
Mhm.
But we have yes with a whole bunch of other people, as well as
So
Joe.
it would have to be all of those things. It would have to be all of those things. So,
Okay.
okay. Now, also, I see him with a slender build. So I know he also has a slender build. There's Andrea again. She's coming up 2 times.
This is me. Okay.
Oh, Amy.
Amy's saying it also fits.
All right. Let me see if I can, and just allow me a moment, if I can know who this one is for sure. I feel like I'm with Andrea though. I want everybody to listen, because you probably know about piggybacking, right? Or everybody coming in on the same wavelength at the same time.
Okay.
If we could get, where is Andrea?
Yeah, we'll find
I've
Andrea.
asked her to unmute.
Okay, good. So, Andrea.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Andrea. How are you tonight?
Good.
So
how are you?
everything fits for you, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And your mom then would also be on the other side. Is that right?
My mom's mom.
Your mom's mom.
Mhm.
She has a grandmother with him. Okay. And before I break this down, your mom, your grandmother would be known to have a silverware set that would still be within the family?
Yeah, we use it every day.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay, so here's what I would like to do. I'll break this down and then I will finish. I'll wrap this reading up for you, because he's the one that's starting us off. He's very excited, right? So first, I have to give you a lot of love, mom. So that's coming in 2 ways for me. I hear the words love, mom, and I feel my heart wanting to explode. So that's the clairsentience, and I'm hearing love, mom, right? The picture of the tennis shoes, that's a clairvoyant picture. And I think he's a great young man to start us with, because he's a very good communicator from the other side. He shows me, so clairvoyance, a notebook with lots of words and like drawings. He's always got things in there. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And he's saying, so again, clairaudience, I can hear his voice actually very well, that my writings, he says, and my notebooks are still here. So those are kept. And he goes so far, very good with clairaudience, he goes so far as to say they are treasured pieces and they will never be given away.
Right.
Right. So we've got that with him. Now, he gives me the feeling of this slender build, and he gives me the feeling. So this feeling is the clairsentience, right? He gives me the feeling that his transition actually was a slipping away. And this is how he wants it to be remembered, because he says, I just slipped away. And so that clairsentient, he's very strong with this. And he says, this is important. So he's like flashing the word important. And he also says, heard before. So I know, Mom, you've heard this before from him, because he's telling me that you've heard this before, right? So,
Yes.
but he's flashing the word important, because he gives me the feeling, and I know, which is the claircognizance, I know that not everybody in the family, because he shows me family around this way, really believes that his transition was that peaceful. Do you understand?
Yes.
So you see how it's coming in all the different aspects, right? So now we just want to talk, because he's a very good communicator. All right. Now, You have not been taking a lot of walks recently. He says, not like you normally do, because he shows me that you're sitting more often than you used to, right? And he says, I love to go outside with walks for her. Now, I didn't do that when I was here, but I do that now because it's a way to bring comfort and peace to my mom. And he says, now I don't know what to do in the household to further get her attention. So, because it seems by what he's showing here, the light is not as bright in your house. So I'm not sure if that's just the season, winter time, but it just doesn't feel as bright as it normally would.
Right.
You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And he is, he's not big on people lighting candles for him or prayer hands. He says that comes around, on social media. He doesn't like that because he says, this is not who I am. But he says that you need to have more light in there. He says more light, better feel. All right. Now, I know there are times that you feel him touch you because he shows me touching you up on the right shoulder there. But I know he would be a little bit taller than you while he was here, correct? Because I feel like, when he puts his hand, I can see him, is probably like a head above you, right? So he puts his hand there and he says that please watch for those moments because I do it when you need it most. And so it's his way of calming you, but also giving you a lot of love. Now, I know that you joke with him back and forth quite a bit, and he loves this because he says not everything is so serious. And what I love about this young man is he wants to say hello to everybody in the group and says we should all crack a joke because everything is often too serious. Now, so let me just say hello on his behalf to everybody in the group, and he's just friendly that way, very friendly that way. Now, also, just a little bit more from him. He is giving me the month of August as a very significant month. And he puts this together with him. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. And no sad times here. All right. So I'm not sure what he's trying to convey about the month of August, but he says no sad times here. Okay. And he says that, of course, that he's not alone on the other side. He is showing me a dog with him. So I do know that he has a dog with him on the other side, and they play a lot, he says. So a lot of freedom, of course, on the other side, because we're playing ball together. And he says that he knows that you know already that you don't have to worry about him, but he needs to remind you again. Okay. So, and I do want to acknowledge his father. So please, anybody who's open to hearing from him, could we please send love to him? And I do believe that he's got another sibling here as well, correct?
Yes.
So, and we don't need to worry about that one, he says, because I'm watching out for them too. So he's doing his job, he says. All right. So I want to give you a lot of love from him. I feel like he started us off really great. He's got a lot of energy, this young man. And I thank you for joining and being the start.
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome. Now, I know we had some similarities with some other people, and I think the whole piggyback, it's important that the way I describe it, it's like there's a wave, right? And so we're going to have a lot of people in the wave because we have so many people here in the group. But within that wave, there's always going to be one person that's just a little bit stronger than the rest. And they decide on the other side as a group who it is that needs to speak. So perhaps this young man needed to speak more than the others or what, but it's a very sweet thing that they do on the other side. So they arrange that, not me, but thank you all for listening. And I encourage everybody to listen to the rest of the readings as well. And thank you, Andrea.
That was spot on, by the way, from the shoes to the writings that I have framed that he wrote, and the shoes are right next to my bed.
That's all him. He is a great communicator. So he did a really good job.
And I've been telling the dog all day, like, we're going to go for walks soon. I know we're going to go for walks soon, but it's too windy today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that with me. All right.
Thank you so much.
Look, it's a pleasure. All the best to you and your family. Okay, hang in there. Okay. All right. Now I'm going. We have another connection coming in right now. Now I've got a younger well, she's a young adult woman. I can't call her too young because she wouldn't like that. So long brown hair, very much into her looks. I do know that she graduated college because she's showing me the diploma. She's showing me cap and gown. Like I said, she had long brown hair. She tells me that her transition was fairly sudden. It was not of her doing. Very attractive. She's kind of got a little bit of a roundish face. Beautiful, beautiful young woman, vibrant, smart, and very. She's loved by many. She's one of these individuals who can do a lot and yet is very grounded. She's not one to brag. I feel like she's got a younger sibling here as well. I also feel like her parents may not still be together. So how can we maybe, I can't see, I don't know how to do this, but is this making sense to anybody?
I'm typing everything. So
Yeah.
Let's see. Candy is saying my daughter, light brown hair, college grad. So it might be Candy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So would that fit? Let's see. Yes, younger brother is her younger brother here as well. So let's see. Erica's saying my daughter fits, but graduated from high school, not college. So
this is a college graduation for sure.
Yeah.
You said Candy or somebody with the C name?
Candy is saying that she thinks it could be her younger brother is here as well. So
I'm going to ask her to unmute. Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I've asked her.
So let's see. Is Candy unmuted? Candy, are you there?
Where's
I can't
Candy?
see. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, there I am.
There you are. I see you. Okay, here we go. Gotcha.
Hi, Candy.
Hi.
Hi. Is that all of that fits for you?
It does, yes.
Okay. Also, would you understand, like, there's something about the cap, when you graduate the cap and gown, writing on top of it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then this is definitely with you. Okay. Because, and I know that she likes to make everything her own, so, it's not going to be just a phone with a phone case. It's always going to have a little something on it. Right. And, now she says that, you've changed your hair recently. So have you changed the color of your hair, or because she's telling me that you've changed your hair?
Not in a positive way, but sure.
Okay. All right. Well, she's just saying that you changed it. She's just saying that you changed it. And, I really, I know that she's another one that is very good about being around, because I know at times you smell her, that smell that reminds you of her, and it's like a passing through, right? So it just comes very quickly. And she says, my mom is so good because my mom lands on these things so quickly. And she just says hi to me. And I also know that you feel her sitting next to you, but she does it in such an amazing way, because how can we both fit in one chair and yet you can feel her sitting next to you, right? And so, and she says that her anniversaries, her birthdays are never forgotten. I know that there is a memorial in honor of her, right? There's there's something like an etching of something. I want to do a little plaque like in honor of her. It has to be, I'm going to leave you with that while you think about it, but I'm sure that there's, because she's showing me, do you know if it was done by like her school? Is there a tie to a high school that it was done? Because I'm sure about this, that she's the way that she's giving it. And if you're not sure at the moment, or you're not sure, we're not going to stay there, but I want to leave that with, because she's telling me that like her name is etched, and yeah, but this happened after her passing. Okay. And we're not talking about a marker or anything like that. Okay. All right. Just to be clear. All right. Now, she does have a younger sibling here, and I believe you said it was a brother. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, she says he's kind of growing to look a little bit like her more. Is that right?
Can you say that again, please?
She says as he has grown more, he's looking more like her.
Oh, her brother?
Yes.
I would say no.
You would say no. Okay, fair. Now, okay, she's very touching because this is one where I start to feel a little bit emotional because the amount of love that she's sending through. Okay, and so I want to give you a lot of that, so much love, but not only to you and within to the family. And she says to tell you that you know, you have to stop looking in the mirror and wondering about your appearance. She says, forget that. We don't care about these things so much anymore. And she says, you put on something and then you take it off and then you put on, and then you end up putting the very first thing on in the first place. Right? So,
Yeah, that's good.
and I know that her room was always left a little bit messy like that, because you could tell things that she changed out to, right? Just the clothes laying on the bed kind of thing. And she says that she loves these little bit of moments with you. And I know, and I'm sorry to say it this way, Candy, but I know that there are times when you don't want anybody else to know that you're feeling emotional about her. And so you do it in private or within the shower. And she says, this is when I just want to turn up the music and make my mom dance. Okay? Now, of course, we're going to miss them and we're going to love them. But this is her way of giving you, letting you know that it's okay to be emotional.
Okay.
Because we miss them, right? Now, you can hear like a lot of like pop music around her. There's always music playing. And I mean, like I said, she's a very active young woman dancing around her room and stuff. But the way that she also gets to you is she literally has changed music on a device. So, all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, you know, when that happens, of course, please do listen to the words that are coming in. And
Okay.
she says, none of this sappy stuff either, Mom. I'm not going to send you something sappy. It's going to be upbeat, but there's always going to be a little message in there for you. Okay.
Right.
And so
Yeah.
these are the parts that she wants to listen to. Now, is it right that you dropped your phone recently? There's a crack on the phone or the cell phone?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know. Okay. Be mindful of that phone, you know, just,
Okay.
you know, I know it sounds silly, but she's showing me a phone with a crack in it. So don't want that to happen to you. Now, she's also talking about somebody else here that had a close call with their health about 9 months ago. Oh, probably last year.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Like a really close call. And she says, ooh, that could have gotten bad, but we weren't ready for them here yet. You understand?
It's somebody here or
Here.
on her plane?
No, here in the physical world.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I had a close call with their health. It's tied to a man.
Okay. I'm not catching it.
Okay, fine. Because I know we have an overlap in here. So, because somebody else is saying, I can see that sounds like, so for the other person that this might be with, because we definitely got some piggybacking in, please know that your daughter is saying that we're not ready for that person yet either. And so we're keeping them here. Okay. Now, your name is Candy, right? I know that we all want dreams, but your daughter says, I can't give you as many dreams as you would like. So, okay. So she does do her part there, but she does want to encourage you to slow it down just a little bit so you can actually hear her more. All right. Because your mind is extremely active, you know.
Okay.
And while that's a great thing, she wants you to just slow it down a little bit more. And we're not talking about just sitting in idle meditation, but she says that she wants you just to be able to keep that dialogue. And she says, you would be so proud of me that how much I'm doing over here, one of the things that she is doing on the other side with people is actually helping younger children.
Okay.
Okay.
You nailed her. That's her. Totally. Yeah, that's her.
All right. So that's one of the things that she's doing on the other side. And she's very excited by being able to continue what she would have loved to have done here.
Awesome.
So she's doing great. I want to give you lots and lots of love to your family. Please keep eating your chocolate. All right. Don't be shy on the chocolate, she says.
Okay.
Give us permission to eat chocolate. And I'm going to send you lots of love to you and your family. And thank you so much. Wonderful young lady for all of you, because I did see there was some notes of piggybacking coming in.
Okay. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. Thank you.
All the best. Thank you. I know I'm talking really fast, but I have to tell you guys, it's like zzz for me over here. So the more I can keep talking that fast, the more readings we can do. So I hope you're bearing with me and it's not going too fast for you all. All right.
This is great. Thank you so much. Keep going if you can. Amy.
Yeah, no, we're gonna keep going. And I didn't set one of the things that I'm very terrible at is names here and there. But I am hearing the name Jeff. So I'm gonna just start with just that name Jeff. And I am really awful with names. So I need to give you lots of other things because I can't rely on the name for me myself. And I notice we're kind of going girl, boy, girl, boy. Okay. Jeff is gonna be, you know what? I've got two people coming in at the same time. So, yes, I've got this younger man, and I believe he has his father with him. So this feels like a father and son coming in together. They did not transition at the same time. So, the Jeff that I'm hearing, this first person, he definitely transitioned more as an adult. And I do feel that his father transitioned after him related to the heart. So can anybody take that? So I've got them right together.
I've typed it in there. Working
Yeah,
that. I'm
nothing
waiting
so
to see if
far.
anybody, nobody said anything yet.
Not yet. Let's not stick with the name Jeff just because, you know, sometimes I hear them so clear and I don't understand why and I don't get them right. But it has to be, okay, I see somebody named Christy, and his dad would have transitioned after him, right, Christy?
Is that correct, Christy? Can you just type in there? No, before.
Okay. But your son would have been 20s or 30s? Laura.
Let's see. Laura's saying my dad and my son. Oh, that's not the same thing though. It would be his father though.
It's a father and son.
Okay. Let's see. So Christy is saying that 23. Nancy is saying my son passed from heart before his dad. Son was
the father passed with the heart, had a heart condition. Son. I did see somebody said around 31.
Yeah, dad transitioned before 31-year-old son. His brother is Jeff. I don't know if that.
Can we go there? Who's that? Who was that, please?
That's Debbie. Yeah, can you look for her?
I've asked her to unmute.
Good job. Okay.
Okay.
A lot to keep up. Hi there. You are Debbie?
Debbie.
Okay. And you can take all of this, Debbie? Your son was around 31, you said?
Right.
And his father transitioned after him?
No, before. Did I write after?
That's okay. And you have somebody here named Jeff?
Yes, his brother is still here.
And his brother is Jeff. Okay. And oh, don't get quiet on me now. Okay. I almost feel like they both want to speak at the same time. So I'm going to ask them just to separate just a little bit earlier, because there's a lot of joking going on between these two. Lots of humor and excitement and silliness, just And I feel like you would know about the dad jokes. You know,
Yes.
just regular same old jokes, right? So so I have them exactly coming in at the same time, except for his dad would have been a little bit heavier than him, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I mean, it's challenging because they both want to go exactly at the same time. So if you don't mind, I'm just gonna give it to you as they give it, right? Okay. So now this is your ex-husband, is this right?
That's right.
Okay, because he says that oh he says that you got better after him. So a different relationship. Yes, no.
Wait, I got better when I got rid of him?
So that you have a better relationship now, like you got a better person than he was while he was here with you.
No.
Okay, well, this
Unless
way.
it's my cat.
No. Okay, but this is an ex, right? Or is
Yeah, my ex. He was
yes,
my ex.
okay. All right. Now, I know that he's not exactly the most romantic individual, but he wants to give you some flowers anyhow. And when he does give you the flowers, he says, like, sometimes they're just the kind you just pick up, but it doesn't matter, you know, just from anywhere, right? So he wants to hand those to you. Now, and then with your son says, you would be so pleased, Mom, because I have a button-down shirt because I dressed for you today. So he's dressed really nice for you. And I know, Debbie, right? I know, Debbie, that you have had images of what you believe your son would look like now. Like it comes into your imagination, right? That you say if he was here now, he would look like this. Now, he wouldn't have changed a lot in appearance because he was 31, but he's telling me that you keep getting me in your mind like this. You understand what I'm saying?
I still picture him the same way.
Okay.
It's only
but-
been 3 years.
Right. But there's little, you know, when we smile and we start to get that little bit around the eyes, right? Because it's just a little bit because he's young to go. I mean, mostly, but we could see that with him. Now, he says he doesn't want to revisit his transition, if that's okay with you, because he says, been there, done that, right? So we don't need to do that again. And you know that he's doing very well. And he says that you've been a little bit concerned, though, about his brother. And he says that I don't want you to be over worried about this, though, because he says you're just being the worrying mom. And he wants you to know that he's watching out for Jeff. And so is their dad. All right. And they said, you know, sometimes we have to work really hard to keep him on the straight and narrow, but we're doing it. Okay. And they don't want you to give too much to him financially because they say he's got to learn his lessons. So these two are very humorous. So, you know, just so you know that they're watching out for him as well. Now, Debbie, what they love with you is I feel at times it's like the three of you have almost a really laughing visit because you have these memories of jokes with them, you know. Now you like to sit outside, right? And sometimes they sit outside with you there, you know, and they say, well, that's a great place. Now I know, I believe it's the ex-husband. Can I just call him husband to make it shorter?
That's fine.
Okay, so with your husband, he would have a little bit of a raspy laugh when he really got going, right? Like you can hear it in the chest a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I would say so.
So and you don't get to see that from him a lot, but because he says that even though he's good at laughing, I have to be really on a roll to get that kind of that laugh. But I want to really go back to the main part is visiting with you outside. Okay. Now, the concern for you is to not get overheated. All right. Because they don't want you to get over hot. And I know, I'm just telling you, this is just them watching out for you. And your son says to tell you that how come you're only window shopping so much online and you're not buying as much? So he would like you to treat yourself to some new things.
Okay.
Okay, I know. We have to pay attention to our finances here. They don't. But he says that he's watching you go around, you know, and looking at things online, and then you think budget, you know, and he says, but you should treat yourself to something nice, you know, and there is some concern about work, you know, because they bring in finances a little bit, but it feels like things, perhaps there's been some work challenges or things like this. Is that right? Because your son is talking about this. The flow of finances. Not yes, no.
No.
If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit. Okay. But I want to pass this on to you because your son says they're always going to make sure that you're in the flow and you're taken care of. So you don't have to worry about this. All right. And your husband steps in and he says, you know, I could be a little tight with my wallet, but we've made an agreement here. And that is to make sure that you're always taken care of. Right. And don't think that you're ever a burden to your son here, because you're not. So, and the only way that comes in is you don't want to make him feel sad. So you always try to keep him uplifted. And so in a way you think, I can't be sad because I'm trying to keep him uplifted. Do you understand? So, but you're not a burden. You're not a burden. But the biggest thing is keep talking with their humor. They love the humor. And is it your ex-husband that likes ribs or barbecue?
Both.
Both of them. All right. But one of them really gets messy on the sauce, like on the face. So if there's a way to say hello to Jeff for them, could you please? Because, and you know, he swears a lot, Jeff. And so they love the little bit of conversation back and forth because they say it's not like we become saintly over here and don't use language either. So, you know, but I really love the joking, because that's the best way to honor them, right? Is not to be so serious about things, but they really try to keep you uplifted. And I know you get some funny phone calls sometimes and you think, is that him or is that not him? You're not wanting to look too much into the call. So it's not a regular set of digits, right? It's going to be, you know, like, how do I say it? It's not like a spam call. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be like a set of like 4 digits that don't seem to add up to you. And your son wants you to pay attention to those because he says, look, anybody can send you a cardinal. Anybody can send you a penny. If I'm going to give you something, it's going to be a quarter or you're going to find $1 in your pocket. All right. Because he likes to give bigger things. So he's very proud of himself. All right. But I want you to know how well they're doing on the other side. A great deal of love for you. And please, please do be mindful of your step, because you've had a little bit of a tendency to trip because you're going too fast at times and they don't want you to fall. Okay. So you watch out for yourself. All right, Miss Debbie.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All the best to you and to Jeff.
Okay.
I give your son a lot of credit for giving that name. Okay. All right, just allow me a moment to see who would like to connect. I've got a really young person here. Like I would say grade school age, because they're raising the hand, they're going me, like this. And I feel that they had a health issue. It was a significant health issue. It feels to me like something that went through the system, like a leukemia or cancer, but I'm not 100% sure it's that, because they're telling me it's not exactly rare, but they were young to have this. So they were young, quite young. And the thing is, when they're in the hospital, they're making everybody smile. And I can see him looking at the door and looking out the door, and people are smiling as they walk by at him. Yeah, I see one person has a blood-borne illness. Is that a little bit more rare? This is a male, I'm sorry. Yes.
So this is a male, yes. And then it looks
somebody with a Y, Yamir.
Yes, Yamira is saying blood-borne illness. She's taking everything right now.
But it was a girl. She said
she says it's a
daughter.
girl.
Yeah.
My name is Y.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry to say it this way, but if it's a girl, would they have been more tomboyish?
I think she was fairly young. I don't know. Yamira, what's your daughter? Let's see. We have a boy with cancer.
Yes, who was the boy with cancer?
Debbie's saying. So how old was the boy, Debbie? Let's see. I don't know. 6.
Debbie. It's Debbie. Yes, I was going to say 7.
I'll
with
ask her
Debbie.
to unmute.
Yep.
Okay, I've
Okay.
asked her.
Sorry, everyone else, about the daughter.
I know, it's so hard. We want everybody to get a reading as much as possible, but I also have to go over direct.
For a little bit.
Where did she go? Hi, Debbie.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi. Everything fits for you?
Yeah. He's 6. He had neuroblastoma, but the cancer was everywhere.
Okay. All right. So sorry for that challenge that you had with him, but if I could say it this way, he's just glowing. And, for everything that he went through, he says that I hardly ever really complained, so he's very stoic about it, as much as a young one could. And he does say that at one point we thought it was going to be cleared and then it was not, right? And and he says that I never knew how to because I know we had nights in the hospital with him, and he says I never wanted to wake my mom or my dad when they were sleeping. And so I know there were times that he would wake up, but he wouldn't want to wake you. Now I know you can't validate that because you were asleep, right? But he says that he wouldn't change anything. And I know that's going to be hard for you to hear, but he says that my case helps other people's cases. And so he also talks about the complexity within his system. So it's not just a traditional protocol that would work. You understand? Because he says it's the complexity. And he says, that's why I was here. That's why my purpose was to add to physicians, to add to more rarity, more complexities. And so he's very proud of the fact that he did his job. Now, I know that's very hard for us to hear because, he's a beautiful boy. He says he's not great at riding a bicycle. Is that right? Because I feel like I can't hold my balance well. And he just shrugs his shoulders and he said, that's okay, but it would be a memory that will come up. And he says that he was taken everywhere when he could. So it's not like we just kept him isolated. We got him out as much as he possibly could, right? Yeah, and he's very appreciative of this. And I know that he's one that we've definitely seen in a dream, and he says that I've come, but not to everybody. But he has come in a dream. But when he has come in the dream, he looks older. And this would be a little bit unusual because, do you have a sister, Debbie? Do you know your mom? He's come to a woman in a dream, but he's looked a little bit older. Like, do you know? Okay.
I'm not sure.
Here's what he says. Because the way he comes, but your mom is still here, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Because he's come to a woman in a dream. So since it's not you, it has to be your mom by the way he says it. And he says that he tries to give her messages of peace to help you as well. And I know why can't he just give it direct? But I know there's times that we just can't sense it. Now, I know that you also have had difficulty with sleep because he's waking up and he says sometimes a pill doesn't work for her, but she doesn't also want them either, right? And so that's part of the disruption with him wanting to be able to get into a dream, So don't change anything because you need to get your rest, but he's just letting you know that it's not that he's not trying to come into a dream, okay? Because he is.
That's good.
Now, I know, obviously, I see a picture up there that's like 3 boys, right? Because, I don't need to say he's one of 3. By chance, was there another pregnancy that did not come with you? Okay, I want you to know that that one's with him too. Okay, and very much together. Now, he's such a sweet soul, but he says the hardest thing was like packing, folding up my clothes, you know, folding up my things. And he says to tell you that, look, nobody on the other side wants to see us sad here, right? But he says, watching my parents fold up my things, especially my mom, he says, I didn't know how to make it better for her. I'm sorry. I usually don't get emotional, but he's such a sweet young man. And he's trying to give you so much love here that I physically cannot hold it. He's a beautiful, beautiful young man. Now, he does say that you've thanked all the people in the hospital, you know, and he says that he wants to thank you for this, because he says that you that they thanked everybody, even though I couldn't be healed. And so he knows about this. He also says that we knew when he was going to go, and then there was a little blip. So it's like we peaked for a little bit, and then he transitioned. And he said it was my one last opportunity to be able to give a full goodbye. And he said, but I did it on my terms. So he really wants you to know this. I'm sorry, everybody, I've got so emotional. This young man is, he's so sweet.
Yes.
Yeah, he's very sweet. Okay. Now, he wants his dad to know that he's still sitting in the back seat. Okay. And so he says that sometimes you want to look in the mirror and you feel like you're missing me there, but I'm still sitting in that back seat. Okay. And so he says, just play the music like we did. All right. And dance with me, because I really, really like that. Now, you know, he's not going to stay this young boy on the other side. He's just so he's almost too adult for his age, you know.
Yes.
He's quite
Wise.
mature and, you know, astute, because he is very observant, very intelligent, and very good with people for somebody so young. So he never wanted to be spoken down to. He's just that when people come in the room and they have, like, I'm going to say it's like students, you know, or something. He says, you know, no, I wanted them to also speak to me, because I knew what was going on. And he said, my parents knew that. And so everybody treated me very well. Very well. Now, I know that there's a birthday either just passed or just coming up around here, because he's bringing up a birthday. So it'd be a 3-week period of time on either side for me. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Can we please have a little piece of cake for him too? Because he would like that. So, and I know that he's always included in all family events, and he's never forgotten about. Yep. And he said that there was a little book even made after he transitioned. So there was something completed for him after he transitioned, probably a little more memories or things like this. And so he knows about it. Okay. And a fundraiser is done in his name. Is that right?
We're thinking about doing one, yes.
Okay, so he loves that, and he's encouraging you to do that, all right? Because he's very big on this, you know. So if we could please absolutely do this. And yes, so he's good. I want to give you a lot of love from him. Obviously, you could see how much he was sending through to make me so emotional. And, you know, if we could have one little group family hug, you know, please do so. If your parents are open to this at all, especially your mom, he would really love to send love to her as well. Okay.
I will.
And don't worry
Thank you
about
so much.
that bicycle.
Yeah, he was so tiny. That's where he learned how to ride a bike, was in the hospital.
Yeah, he was just like, I wasn't good at it, you know.
He was so tiny.
Yeah. All right. Sweet guy. So thank you so much, and all the best.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was beautiful. Thank you.
Sorry, guys. It's every now and then one of the young people, or anybody from the other side, when they just send so much, love through my physical body, like cannot hold it. And so the tears come. So yeah. Okay, everybody doing okay? Everybody need a breath? We're good. All right.
I think we're okay. Maybe one more if you have energy for it.
I'm going to see what we can do here.
Thank you so much, Amy.
No, I never want to stop unless they stop. That's, might as well, if we can. So it's a great opportunity, right? Okay, just allow me a moment here to reorganize here. Okay, all right. I've got this is a teenager who is taking full responsibility for their transition. And this is a young man. He does tell me that things were hard for him in school, and that was part of it. He says, my family believed in me, but I did not believe in myself. I don't feel like his family was fully aware of how depressed he was. I do know, this might sound silly, but I do know that he also liked to play video games. I can see him very much in his room, likes to be in his room. And if I could be more specific about the console, only because I play video games, this is a PlayStation. So he likes the PlayStation over the Xbox because he's battling with me on that one, which is really funny. So I also want to say, even when he plays the games, he even has the head mic, which I don't. I see, so, and I'm going to say he's a teenager, like 16, 17, somewhere around that age. Okay.
Okay, we have Laura who's taking everything. Caroline's taking everything. There's some other people.
Kathy McManus also.
Kathy McManus, as well as.
Wow, there's a lot of people that can take all of this. Okay. You, the sitter here, would also have an uncle on the dad's side of the family on the other side who one time smoked.
So Judy can take that
also.
Okay. So
I should have changed it for some people. It would be an uncle on the dad's side who also smoked when they were here.
Okay, so Kathy's saying no.
The uncle is on the other side. Judy. Judy says to be like taking everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Judy is, and let's see. And Judy's uncle just passed as well. Maybe it's Judy. Do you feel drawn to Judy?
I'm also seeing Jessie Lynn and Judy.
Yeah, Jesselyn is also saying that she's.
Let's go to Judy. Well, can Jessie Lynn take all of this as well? Hang tight, Judy.
Let's see. My son's.
It would be your uncle, not your son's uncle.
So Jesselyn can take all of it.
Jesselyn.
Maybe you could say a little bit more.
Yeah. There also would be a military tie on the dad's side of the family. So not necessarily the uncle, but on the dad's side of the family as well.
So
perhaps on the grandfather. There's Judy again. Judy.
Jessie and Judy both saying yes.
Jesselyn said no to the military.
Oh, she's saying I don't know you.
Okay, can we bring Judy in?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Fine, Judy.
I've asked her to unmute.
Okay. Judy, can you say something so we can see you on the screen?
Hi. Kelly has her hand up too. Hi, Judy.
Hi.
You look familiar to me. Have we met?
Did you do something in Chester, New Jersey? A book signing?
Chester, Connecticut. No, book signing. Oh, not yet.
No, okay.
Chester, Connecticut. I was at a grief retreat for.
No.
Okay. Anyway, you look familiar. You can take everything.
Everything.
Okay.
And my uncle just passed last week.
Oh wow. All right. And he how would I describe him? Complex. If I could say him that way. Complex individual. Your uncle? Yes. Okay. Because we don't ever know really what kind of mood we're going to get with that man. I'm very strong of opinions, right? Okay. So that's all right. And so I don't, he's really an interesting person. So if you can share with anybody that he's made it and he's okay, that would be great. Okay. But it's more your son that we want to speak with. It's just that we were trying to fine tune who's there, right? Just to get to you. I don't want to take away from your uncle at all, because let's make sure we say hello to you from him, because he has made the effort to show up today. So, and he made it to the other side, kicking it his own way, he says. Okay, so that's him.
Yes.
All right. Now, your son, his room seemed to be very full of stuff. Like, you know, I know you like to play a video game, but it's like he's got like his whole world in his room. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. And it's like, I know, like he thinks, you know, he's bright. He's obviously very well versed in technology, but sometimes I feel like his intelligence almost got in the way because he just ruminates to the nth degree on a topic till it made sense to him. Do you understand that? Okay. And that has not changed for him, because he says, now I get all the answers I look for here on the other side, and I don't have to open a book. So I do know that he had his challenges in school, but it had nothing to do with his intelligence. He just felt like he didn't always fit in, you know? And yet, is it true, is it right that you also wrote little notes to him to keep him for the day for school? Not like in a lunchbox, but little notes, he says.
Yes.
Okay.
I won't tell you what, but yes.
Okay, because the little notes are important here. And you know, he wants to apologize for not being able to speak up more, and it has nothing to do with his family. Okay, he takes all of this on himself, and he says that he understands now that he says that I always had the love and support, but you know, I always felt so responsible for myself. I was just trying to be a good kid and not a problem. And so he takes all of this on himself. Now, he does little hearts all over the place. So like you'll see them in the sand, you'll see it with the leaf, like you'll even see it on a marking on an animal, like in a fur, like, I mean, everywhere. And that's very specific to him, especially in a marking in a fur of an animal. And
that's true.
And he says that he pulls you outside. So not like literally pulls, but your view outside when he wants to get you a sign, because he says, otherwise he's always so busy trying to do something in the house. Sometimes the only way I can make her pause is to look out, and you'll see an animal come by your way, you know, or a type of bird that's not typical of the time, because I don't feel like you're like really a bird watcher, you know, but this kind of thing. And he just put on a jacket. And he says, like, you still have this jacket, right? And, you know, it does smell like him a little bit still. He says that part hasn't faded, because I can see you holding that and smelling it. And he says, boy, maybe I should have washed that thing just a little bit more. So he's making a little bit jokes about himself. But you can see how well he's doing. And it's really important that you know that he feels the utmost level of peace, the utmost level of understanding. And he says, I see now that you gave that to me. He also says, I was shown that when you held me as a baby, you knew this one needed extra care. And he says, I didn't know that that's what you were trying to do. And now I do. And so he says, to give back to my family, I now give you guys the extra care. And he says, it's okay to be sad for me. He says, because you miss me there. He says, but you hear me walking through the house at night. You hear little noises in the kitchen. And he says, it's usual, have to look in the fridge. I have to be nosy. So he says, that is me that you're hearing. And he says, just smile and go with it, because you can. All right. And he also, I feel like there's been a change of carpet or something different in home since he's transitioned?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to say it this way. He doesn't know why you did it that way. He doesn't love it. Just his opinion though. All right.
Mhm.
But he obviously, he knows about this. Now also, he's talking about a new dog or a new puppy coming into the home.
No.
If not yet, he's going to bring one your way. All right. And, you know, perhaps you're not interested, but he's going to bring one your anyway. And he likes the darker ones. He doesn't like, he likes like a black dog or like a dark brown dog. So it'll be a dog like that. And he says, I know you won't be able to turn away from it. So he's a little bit pushy, your son, you know, but in a good way. Yes. Okay. Now, he says that his dad has changed his facial hair or is not shaving as much.
No.
No.
The same.
Is dad right there?
Yes.
Oh, hi, Dad. Off to the
Hello.
side. All right. Dad, do you have like one of your son's baseball hats? Or you wear a hat? There's a baseball
Yeah, I
hat.
still have his hat.
You have his hat. Okay. He doesn't ever want you to
Mhm.
lose that, but he says it's okay to wear it. Okay. And he says it's okay to wear it out because a good hat should be worn out. So don't try to keep it protected like it's some kind of, you know, I don't know, sacred thing, because he likes for you to wear it. Now, he does want you both to go on a date night when we can, when it's safer. All right. Because he says, my parents need to have a little more time, just the two of them together. Now, this is a little embarrassing coming from your son, but this is him watching out for you, you know? And so he says that he wants to make sure that you guys feel always stay close, even though he is not here. Because he says at times it's been a little bit of a challenge and we understand that. But he says that he's keeping you guys pushed together. So please go and have a nice date night or a weekend away when it's safe. All right. Because this is what he wants for you. I know he's not your only child, right? Because there has to be at least one other. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And as is often the case, he's looking out for this one as well. So let's not worry too much. And they have their own dialogue going back and forth. But is this a daughter that you have? I want to say son, but
No. No.
it's another boy.
Two sons. Mhm.
Two sons here. Okay.
Mhm.
One of them is a little more sensitive than the other. Which one is the middle? The middle
one.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. He says that one could use just a little more support though.
I'm sorry, the video went out.
Okay.
Mhm.
The middle one of the three is the one that's a little more sensitive.
Yes.
Okay. He's saying this one could use a little more support though. Okay. So he says like overload him with it and don't feel weird about it. All right. Because that one, because he doesn't always talk about his feelings and he's trying to be a little extra strong, but he doesn't need to be. Okay. But you know, look, life is going to have its little ups and downs, but at the same time, he says he's going to keep things as smooth as he can for you because he knows that we can't handle another upheaval, right? But he's doing amazing, very well taken care of. He still has that little lift in his walk. So when you see that little bounce when he's walking away, he still has that. And, you know, it's okay to feel sad for him. However, he's doing wonderful. Okay. With that, I thank you all so much. And that I believe was my last connection, but thank you all of you so much.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. All the best to you and your family, and hello back there, Dad.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful, Amy. And it was so nice to have all of you on here this evening. And that was a beautiful connection with Judy. I know that Andrea was writing to us and her story is going to be in the newsletter because she had 11 really standout connections that she that she felt when she was having her reading. So I'm excited about being able to get that and read about that, but it'll be in the newsletter. Thank you so much for spending all this time with us. And I hope that you'll be able to come back maybe another time, which would be
Anytime,
This was
anytime.
wonderful. Thank you.
Yes,
Wow, what
and
an amazing
so many
evening.
people are thanking you in the chat box, and I know that they were very, very appreciative of everything that you did. So many people are saying that was amazing, such strong, clear connections. Thank you. It was wonderful too to be able to hear about the claircognizance and all of the different clairs when you were going through the first reading. That was really interesting. So thank you for doing this.
It's really an honor
Thank you.
for me, and happy to, do readings for you guys or anything at any time. Because for me, it's not always about money. It's about, the idea is to be in service, right? So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you
Wonderful.
all so
Everyone
much.
can unmute themselves.
So
and say
yes, and
thank
let's
you.
all say goodbye and thank you to Amy.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Well,
thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Well, everyone.
Nancy.
Best, yes.
Thank you so much.
everyone, and we'll see you
Bye,
tomorrow.
everybody.
Have a wonderful